Hello guys, my name is Jenia. I'm your United Heroes yoga teacher and happy to have you here for this dynamic yoga practice. Hope you are doing well and let's start in comfortable sitting position. So take your time to sit on your mat or probably on a yoga brick, on a yoga block that may come useful today. Don't worry if you don't have any. Take your comfortable sitting position, close your eyes, put your hands on your knees or on your thighs. And just take your time to come into your practice. To observe what's going on in your body and in your mind. And then observe your breathing as it is right now without modifying it, without yet taking control on it. And then progressively begin to slow it down, to make it deeper. Every time you inhale, try to take a little bit more air and then exhale completely. So that progressively you make air go up alongside your spine to the crown of your head. Begin to reach up with the crown of your head, your shoulders above your thighs. Release your thighs, your knees, your shoulders. And with the next exhalation, reach your chin to your chest. And then inhale, begin to circle your head above your shoulders. Nice and gently tweak up your neck, the back side of your neck. But don't let your head drop down passively. Continue to maintain it with your neck. And finish your last circle. And then change direction. Go to the other side. And one last circle. And when your chin reaches your chest again, with your next inhalation, go up with your head and then exhale and open your eyes. With your next inhalation, go up, reach up with your arms, and then exhale, turn to the right. Your right hand between behind your thighs, the back of your left hand against your right knee, and inhale, reach up here. Make sure that your spine doesn't roll back. Press your heart forward and up, and exhale, turn a little bit more to the right. You can turn with your head as well, if that's okay for your neck. And with your next inhalation, come back to center with your head. Exhale, come back completely. Inhale, arms up. With your next exhalation, bend to the right. Your both arms parallel to your head. And then put your right hand on the ground. Reach up and to the right with your left hand. Find length in your left side. You can walk your right hand a little bit further, or probably bend your elbow. And with your next inhalation, come up, and as you exhale, go all the way down. So try to keep your arms as long parallel to your head as you can. And when that's not possible, just release your hands on the ground, whichever feels, wherever it feels comfortable for you. And inhale, press your chest forward. Exhale, probably your belly goes a little bit further down. If your elbows bend, step your hands forward and try to keep your back straight and flat. And with every exhalation, probably going further down to the ground. Then inhale and walk your hands backwards to your legs. Go all the way up and then chin the crossing of your legs. Inhale, arms up, and exhale, turn to the left. Your left hand behind your hips, the back of the right hand against the left knee. And inhale, reach up. Use your left hand pressing into the ground. Use your thighs pressing on your mat. And exhale, turn a little bit further to the left. So every time you inhale, you reach up. Every time you exhale, you turn to the left with your whole upper body, not only your shoulders. And then inhale, come back to center with your head. Exhale, release completely. Next inhalation, come up with your arms. Exhale, bend to the left with your arms still parallel to your head. And then release with the left hand on the ground. So move your right shoulder a little bit backwards. So don't let your ribcage collapse forward. Inhale, reach up and to the left with your right hand. Exhale, probably you go a little bit further down. Walking your left hand to the left or bending your elbow. But make sure that your right thigh still stays on the ground. And then inhale, go up. And exhale, begin to move forward and down, keeping your arms parallel to your head. So your arms want to move up while the belly moves down. And when you're at your maximum, put your hands down, release your head, and inhale. Push your heart forward, open the rib cage, and exhale probably a little bit further down. So make sure that you're staying active in this position, not putting your forearms, your elbows on the ground, staying on the palms of your hands or probably on your fingertips, keeping your hips on the ground. And with your next inhalation, walk your hands backwards and exhale here. And then find your way to a tabletop position. Your hands under your shoulders, your knees under your thighs, your back flat and straight. Inhale here in back bend. Exhale and round your spine, release your head. And some more times, inhale. Push your belly to the ground, open your heart. Exhale, round your spine and draw your belly in. Your navel to the spine. And some more times with your own rhythm, following your breathing. Trying to exaggerate this movement a little bit to find more mobility in your spine. Keeping your arms straight and your shoulders always far away from your ears. And one last time. Finish your last exhalation here around your spine. Release all the air from your lungs. And then inhale, come back to neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Inhale and then exhale, tuck your toes under and move your hips up and backwards for down dog. Keep your knees bent here. So find it for strength in your arms. Press your chest to your thighs. Find a nice and long back. And then inhale, and with your next exhalation, put your right heel down. Press it on the ground or to the ground. Finding a nice stretch at the back of your right leg. And then inhale, move up your right heel, exhale, left heel to the ground or on the ground. And make sure you don't collapse in your right hip. The right hip stays on the same level than the left. And with your next inhalation, Lift up your left heel and exhale both heels to the ground, probably on the ground. And that's okay if the heels don't touch the ground. And just make sure that your spine still stays long and straight, and just stretch the back of your legs gently. Inhale here, and as you exhale, bend your knees and walk your feet to your hands, to the front of your mat. Grab your elbows here and release the upper body completely. You can straighten your legs or have your knees slightly bent, whichever feels more comfortable for you. And you can switch slightly to the left, to the right, or even forward and backwards, shifting weight on your feet, from toes to your heels. And then release your arms, and with your next inhalation, unroll your spine with your arms passive, with the head really passive and going up at the very last moment. Okay, and then find your verticality here in Tadasana, mountain's pose. Your feet together, your legs together, your belly slightly in, your chest open, and your shoulders backwards and down. And with your next inhalation, lift your arms up, reach up to the sky, and exhale, go down. Uttanasana, you can bend your knees here. Inhale, look up and forward, Ardha Uttanasana, and exhale, bend your knees, your hands on the ground, and walk into a plank position. If this position is not accessible, put your knees on the ground. Otherwise, we'll take one more inhalation here. And then exhale, put your knees on the ground and bend your elbows. We are going down in one straight line. So make sure that your belly, that your hips don't bring you down. Inhale here. Little cobra, lift your chest. Only your belly stays on the ground and squeeze your elbows in. Then exhale, tuck your toes under and press back, down dog. If you need to move a little bit more here to walk your feet one heel at a time, feel free to explore your position, your down dog. Or if you're at ease, you can stay static in this pose for just one more inhalation. Then exhalation. And inhale, look forward between your hands. Exhale, bend your knees and walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, look up, your fingertips on the ground, or your hands on your shins. Exhale, your belly to your thighs, your head to your knees. With your next inhalation, go all the way up, reach up to the sky, and exhale, release your arms. Okay, once again, inhale, arms up. Exhale, go down. Feel free to bend your knees. Inhale, look up with a flat back. Exhale, your hands on the ground, and you jump or walk into a plank pose. Inhale, exhale, put your knees on the ground and bend your elbows, but don't lower yourself completely. Your shoulders on the same level as your elbows, and then inhale, upward facing dog. If that's not accessible, you can go all the way down as we did the first time, and then little cobra, and exhale, press back to down dog. Some more breathing here. Every time you go back to a down dog, observe your body, observe your breathing. Observe if you're still connected to your breathing. And probably your attention has gone somewhere else. So bring it nicely back to your physical sensations, to your breathing, to your being on your mat. And inhale one last time here. And exhale, bend your knees, look forward, and jump or walk to the front of your mat. Inhale, look up. Exhale, go down. And with the next inhalation, your arms by your sides, reaching up. And exhale, release. Okay. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, go down. And from here, we'll step directly to a down dog. Inhale, both feet backwards with your heels far away from the ground. And exhale, and reach your heels down. With your next inhalation, lift your right leg up And then exhale, bring your left foot between your hands. So feel free to grab your ankles so that you can move your foot closer between your hands. And then put your left foot on the ground at 90 degrees. Your left arm stretched forward. So lengthen your spine here, look forward. And with your next inhalation, move all the way up, warrior two, with your arms parallel to the ground. I'll just switch sides so that you can see better. And try to sit a little bit further down with your right thigh probably parallel to the ground if that's successful. And pressing your right knee outwards. Inhale here, and then as you exhale, straighten your right leg. Bring your left foot slightly closer to your right foot. And then let's go for Trikonasana. With your next inhalation, reach forward with your right hand, your arm is still parallel to the ground. And when you're at your maximum here, lengthening your right side. Then exhale and bring your arms to a vertical line with your right hand going wherever it feels comfortable. So it can be on your shin, on your ankle, probably on the ground. If that still lets you have your chest open without collapsing forward, and reach up with your left hand here. You can probably turn your head to look at your left hand, otherwise your gaze in front of you. And with your next inhalation, go all the way up. Exhale, release your left hand on your left hip. And then you'll probably need a yoga block, or if you don't have one, that's okay, we'll do otherwise. So if you have your block, you put it on the external corner of your mat, so outwards your right foot. And with your next exhalation, put all your weight on your right leg, put your hand on the ground or on your block, and then lift your left leg up parallel to the ground. So if you don't have a block, you can use anything that can replace it, or put your fingertips on the ground. And then try to move your left toes upwards so that they face the ceiling. And then try to open your chest a little bit further to the left, as if you wanted to become parallel to the ceiling, to the sky. And if you are okay here, you can probably lift your left arm up for Ardha Chandrasana, the half moon's pose. Inhale here, and as you exhale, bend your right knee slow and nicely, and put your left foot at the end of your mat and both hands on the ground with both feet into a plank pose. Inhale here, and as you exhale, put your knees on the ground and bend your elbows, going either all the way down and then little cobra, or stop above the ground and then inhale, reach up into the upward facing dog, and then exhale, down dog. Okay. Just come back to your breathing here. Observe if there is any difference between the left and right sides of your body. And with your next inhalation, lift your left leg up. And exhale, bring your left foot between your hands, your right foot at 90 degrees, right arm stretched forward. And without moving your legs, with your next inhalation, go up with your torso, arms parallel to the ground. For warrior two, try probably to sit down a little bit further. Going deeper into this position, reaching forward and backwards with your both hands. And inhale here. As you exhale, straighten your left leg. Move your right foot a bit closer. And with your next inhalation, reach forward with your left hand. So don't begin to fall down yet. Try to find as much length as you can in your left side. And when you are at your maximum, inhale and then exhale and put your arms into a vertical line. Your left hand probably on your shin, on your ankle, probably on the ground inside your foot, probably on the ground outside your foot. And the only thing that matters here is your rib cage trying to open to the sky. Make sure that you have the same weight on your both feet. You can probably look up to your right hand, and with your next inhalation, go all the way up, arms parallel to the ground, and prepare for Ardha Chandrasana, half moon's pose. Or if you have your block, put it in the external corner of your mat. Inhale here, you can move your right foot even closer, and then exhale, put your left hand on your brick, on your block or on your mat, and then lift your right leg. You can still keep your right hand on your hip and try to open your right thigh. Use your right toe so that you can turn them to the ceiling and find this external rotation in your thigh. And if you're okay here, having found your balance, lift your right arm up, and probably you can turn your gaze as well to the ceiling, or just keep it in front of you, parallel to the ground. And inhale here, exhale, and one last inhalation. Then exhale and bend your left knee and bring your right foot far away from the left in the end of your mat. Both hands on the ground, both feet backwards into a plank position. Inhale, and as you exhale, with or without your knees, chaturanga, bending your elbows backwards. Inhale, little cobra or upward facing dog, and then exhale, down dog. Okay. Come back to your breathing. Find, root your hands, root your feet on the ground here. Feel the stability of this position. And then move all your weight to your left hand, your left arm, and probably just come on your right fingertips, or you can probably lift your right hand completely from the ground, and then come back with both hands on the ground and switch sides. Put all the weight on your right arm and your right hand. You can probably keep your left fingertips on the ground, having still some weight in your left hand, or you can probably lift it up completely, just some centimeters, and try not to put all your weight to the right. So continue to press your left heel to the ground and then come back with your both hands. Once again, put all your weight on your left hand, then fingertips of the right hand on the ground, or lift it up completely. And if you are okay here, put your right hand on your right ankle, if that's accessible, or on your right shin or on your right knee, whichever is okay for you. And then come back with your both hands on the ground. And same thing on the left, put all your weight on your right hand, your left fingertips on the ground, and probably you are staying here, and that's okay. To find strength in your right arm. If you can go further, you will lift your left hand up completely, and then probably put it on your left ankle, or on your left shin, or your left knee, whichever is okay for you today. And try to keep your torso and your hips parallel to the ground, not swifting completely to the right. And then come back with your both hands on the ground. Inhale here, and as you exhale, put your knees on the ground just for some seconds. Find some rest here. And we'll come up to the down dog for one last variation. So inhale, and as you exhale, press back to down dog. Okay, with the next inhalation, lift your right leg up without opening your right hip, so keep your hips square, parallel to the ground. Inhale. Exhale here. With your next inhalation, you will lift your left hand from the ground. Probably come up on your fingertips at first, and then lift it for 1 second probably, or more if you can stay here. And then come back with your hand, with your foot on the ground. With the next inhalation, lift your left leg up, square your hips, continue to press your right heel on the ground, and then move your weight to your left hand, come up on your right fingertips. Stay here probably, or if you want to go further, you can lift your right arm, your right hand from the ground, and then release. Come back to a normal down dog. Inhale here and then exhale and put your knees on the ground and sit in Tadasana, child's position. Your forehead probably on the ground or on your hands or on a yoga block. If you have one, you can spread your knees a little bit further apart or have your knees together. Your arms forward or backwards. And find a position that requires minimum effort, minimum control. Release your shoulders completely. Release your arms. Relax your legs, your back, your belly. And breathe in your back. So make your back go up every time you inhale. And down every time you exhale. Slow your breathing down. Make it deep again. Feel free to close your eyes, to turn your inner gaze inside of you and not to the outside world. And then put your hands near your knees. And with your next inhalation, keeping your spine rounded, press your hands to the ground so that you can come up to a vertical position and sit on your heels if that's comfortable for you, or find any other comfortable sitting position with your legs crossed, for example. Release your hands on your thighs or on your knees. Keep your spine vertical, reach up with the crown of your head. And just take some moments here to breathe consciously, observing everything that's going through your body. The energy, the heat that you have created, or any other sensations that are here right now. Observe how this practice has probably changed the state of your mind, the flow of your thoughts. How the practice has probably changed your emotional state. How it has brought up probably some emotions, or helped you to let something go. And then bring your hands into a press position in front of your heart. Inhale, and as you exhale, release your head down to your fingertips. And take a moment here to thank yourself for the practice, for the time you have found for you, for your body, for your inner peace. Thank your body for having let you flow through this practice. And thanks a lot for having let me guide you. Namaste. Thank you for having shared this practice with me. Take care. I wish you an excellent weekend. And thanks once again for your confidence. Thanks. Bye.